For decades, the mansion on Blackthorn Hill had one rule in Minesfield City: you don't go near it after dark. The locals called it the Hollow Quicksilver Estate, a towering Victorian mansion wrapped in dead ivy and stories that never quite died. Every kid in Minesfield grew up hearing the same warning: people who stayed in that house didn't stay themselves. Some said ghosts roam the halls. Holiday. Others said the spirits weren't the worst thing inside. Because 42 years ago, the last owner, wealthy industrialist Edmund Quicksilver, was found dead in his study. Murdered. No suspects, no weapon, no explanation. After that night, the mansion sat empty, rotting. No one bought it. No one wanted it. Until Phil. The Quicksilver family came back. One grey autumn morning, a moving truck rolled through the rusted gates. A family of 3 stepped out. Victor Quicksilver, a quiet man with cold grey eyes, his wife Elena, who smiled a little too politely, and their teenage daughter Lila, who stared up at the mansion like she already knew it. Rumours spread that Victor was Edmund's great-grandson, here to reclaim what was his. When the townspeople warned him, Victor just laughed. "Ghost stories are good for property value," he said. So the Quicksilvers moved in. And that's when Minesfield started losing sleep again. The first night, the front door slammed shut by itself. Third. The second night, every light in the house flickered at once. On the third night, there was a scream. Short, sharp, then silence. But every morning, the family looked perfectly fine. Still, something felt off. Especially the daughter. Lila told classmates the house talked to her at night, that the walls whispered secrets. She said she heard someone walking in the attic. That the attic door had been nailed shut for decades. A week later, a local historian named Tom Granger decided to visit. Tom had spent years studying the Quicksilver murder and believed it was solvable. He knocked on the door at dusk, and Victor welcomed him inside. Hours later, Tom left, telling neighbors he had discovered something big, something terrifying about the original investigation. But before he could reveal it, Tom Granger disappeared. His car was found outside, door open, keys in the ignition. But Tom was gone. Police questioned Victor and Elena, who claimed Tom left just fine. There was no evidence to prove otherwise. The mansion grew darker. At night, neighbors saw figures pacing in the upstairs windows. Sometimes 3 figures, sometimes 4. Once, someone swore they saw a man standing in the attic window. But the attic door was still nailed shut. 2 weeks later, the truth clawed its way out. A storm hit and lightning cracked the mansion's roof, causing the attic ceiling to collapse. Police forced their way inside to inspect the damage, and that's when they found it. Hidden beneath the broken boards. A skeleton, in tattered clothing. Dental records confirmed it was Tom Granger. But that wasn't the horrifying part. Buried beside him were 6 more skeletons. Different decades, different people. The mansion wasn't haunted by ghosts. It was hiding a graveyard. Police arrested Victor Quicksilver, but during interrogation, he started laughing. A cold, chilling laugh. "You think I killed them?" Thea whispered, leaning forward. "No. The house did." Investigators checked the attic again. Every skeleton had an identical wound, a deep stab through the heart. But the blade didn't match any knife in the house. Then Lila told detectives, "Maybe you should check the old study." Behind a bookshelf, they found a hidden door. And inside that room, they found the original murder weapon. Long, rusted dagger, still stained, still sharp. Carved into the blade were 2 words: family debt. DNA tests revealed the unimaginable truth. Every victim in the attic was connected to the Quicksilver bloodline. Distant cousins, historians, anyone digging too deep, and the killer. It wasn't Victor. The dagger had fingerprints from someone who died 42 years ago. Edmund Quicksilver, the man who was supposedly murdered. Edmund wasn't the victim. He was the killer. And somehow, something in that mansion was still finishing his work. The Quicksilvers moved out 3 days later. As they drove away, Lila just smiled. But here's the part that still terrifies my Pensfield. 2 weeks after they left, a neighbor saw a man in the attic window. Tall, thin, watching the street. When lightning flashed, the man was holding a dagger. So, if you ever visit Minesfield, take their advice. Some houses aren't haunted by ghosts. Some houses are still hungry. If you enjoyed this dark tale, like, subscribe, and comment for more twisted stories from the shadows. Trust me, the next one might be waiting right next door.